So, yeah, I guess it's kind of funny to, like, name a bunch of your title, like, what you do because it's
Oh,
kind of the whole shebang.
that's okay. I always say owner and creative director.
Oh, I like that.
Thanks.
Owner and creative director. Yep, that works. Okay.
Yay!
So we have on Katherine Manley of Black Valley Creative.
Owner and creative director.
The first question that everyone asks and that you kind of need to explain is Black Valley. The name, starting it.
Sure, sure. So, when I first started my company, I didn't really know what to name it, and Black Valley, just kinda came out of really nowhere. Black was my favorite color, and I was looking out at the valley, right after I left a pretty toxic job, and that was just it. I said and I think there was this trend then for everyone starting an agency to call themselves something creative.
Mm.
It wasn't that I don't know, it wasn't that creative, but
That's it, the antithesis. I was like, well, everyone was doing it.
yeah, yeah. Um, but it's changed for me as time has gone on. Black is a shade that shows all of the colors together. So I really love that story behind it or idea behind it that kind of show everything and everyone and all of that.
Yeah. So what were you doing that led you to starting this company?
So I worked for about 5 years at a local jewelry company. And I started out, I actually found the job on Craigslist. Um, but I started out just helping a local woman make the jewelry. She taught me how to hand bead, how to wire wrap a little bit, but it was a lot of hand beading, and then some like chain and metal work. So I started working for her, and then we started dabbling in wholesale. We did wholesale maybe a year and a half or 2 years, and then kind of out of the blue, we got a pretty big order from Nordstrom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we ended up having to hire 25 local women. Um,
Wow.
yeah, which was so, so intimidating.
And train them
Es
and, like, bring them on board and wow.
Yeah, and most of them hadn't made jewelry, so I had to train them. We would make, like, 30,000 necklaces, per order. So it was these crazy orders that would go out on pallets.
Wow.
But I think the 15 minutes of fame kinda hit, um, the business and the woman who started it all, and so she pretty much disappeared, left me with it. It was a good thing in a sense because it just taught me so much. Like, I had to manage a team, I had to manage clients who were purchasing wholesale, um, I had to learn marketing and some photography and inventory and just all these things. So, I knew I could handle and run a small business, but I couldn't take that position anymore. Um, so I ended up leaving that position pretty abruptly, and then I think I spent a week down in the dumps and just let myself kind of cry it out and feel bad, um, and then just started an LLC, like, kind of out of my sadness, but also, like, knowing that I could do something. So, originally, I started it as a networking business, and I don't really know what I was doing, like, I was kinda just going to local places and talking to people, and learning about their small businesses, and I knew I had to post on social media if I wanted to start a business. That was something we always focused on really strongly at the jewelry brand. So I just started doing that, like, I would always post on my story and tag if I was at a coffee shop or a museum or a park, and then businesses started seeing that I was posting them and responding and saying, "Hey, would you ever, like, take that story that you made or posted, and would you ever, like, come into the shop and make one for me?" And so I started doing that, but again, didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I love, like, now Black Valley has a lot of layers because it's like, I was in a dark place.
Yeah, yeah, I was in the Black Valley.
I was in the lowest, darkest point.
Yeah,
And then with your perspective change, it's like, no, a valley's a beautiful, beautiful, like, flower field, and black has all the colors of the rainbow. So it's a lot
yeah,
about how your perspective can kind of like change.
yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
yeah.
So of course, everyone who lives near me lives in the Shenandoah Valley, but my house in particular is actually like, I can see the mountains. I'm really bad at directions. I think it's, um, to the north and the south, or maybe the east and the
Okay.
west, but I can see
One of
both.
those. One of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see both mountain ranges at once, so, like, my house is distinctly in the valley.
Oh wow,
Um,
that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I would think it would be intimidating to start a business because I mean, I've like mostly lived in major cities, so to try to start a business where you have to work with businesses in a town where the businesses are just more limited. There's just less of them because that's just how it works. Um,
yeah,
but in some ways, it seems like for you, it was an advantage where like you got to know these owners so much faster and got to like
mhm.
understand what they needed and how they worked.
Yeah. No, I think that's completely true. I was just talking to one of my team members, and she was saying that it makes such a difference, to her, and I was just fully agreeing with her. Like, we'll go to a restaurant, and the owner will come out and sit down with you,
Mm.
uh, and ask you how your kids are and ask you, how your week was, whereas, like, if we were in DC, that probably would never occur. People who love art tend to wanna have conversations, they're
Mm.
not hiding from everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, making jewelry's artistic, even though you kind of fell in it, but like, how did
Yeah.
you change those skills over to the creative stuff you were doing with Black Valley Creative?
In 2012, I got my first DSLR camera, and I had started photography the way most people who don't go to school for it start it, like, playing around by taking portraits of my cats, and telling friends or telling family I would do shoots for free, and so I did that for a long time, and then I dabbled with photography with the jewelry brand, but that was actually one of the reasons that kinda went into me leaving the brand was that, um, I was able to do creative things, but whenever the creativity was coming out in my own way, I would get shut down, and I think that was starting to really frustrate me in that position. So, I felt like if I continued with photography, I could finally do it, like, the way I wanted. Like, back then, there was definitely a trend to do everything really, um you take photos and then everything would be blown out,
Mm.
and really, really bright, and I started to, I don't know, experiment with, like, using more shadows and taking darker photos, and that was fun. Um, so yeah, creativity, I think, came out in photography the most.
When you're in the industry, you can't ignore trends because it's what everyone wants and what everyone's looking for. But you also
Yeah,
can't just do the trend blindly with everyone else because then
yeah,
you don't stand out or matter. Yeah, it's like a weird balance to try and walk.
it's definitely a balance, yeah, I was having a conversation with someone recently, um, and I was talking about how something that makes us stand out, as an agency locally is that we never ever use lights, like, we never use added light. We'll always take everything with natural light because the goal is for the customer to see the product or the place or the service, exactly how they would see it if they walked in. That's definitely, like, very niche. Like, I have had clients say, "Please use lights." We want the extra production, we want the lights, and it's
Yeah.
something I just kinda always stand by, and I won't switch it up. Like, "Nope." We follow the light, we do use reflectors, like, reflectors will always help with that.
I mean, like, speaking of people who are like, "You're doing it wrong, like, you need these lights." We talked a little bit before about the phrase, like, "Don't take it personally."
Yeah,
Um, how to be a creative, you kinda have to be like, "Well, this is what I like, and this is what I believe in, and this is the vision that I think we should go with." And then when they don't like it, you're supposed to say, "I don't," not take it personally.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I have a mentor, she owns a cafe in the town that I live in, and but I had asked her once, like, I was having a really stressful experience, with work, and I said, "You know, how do you not take things personally? Like, it's hard, especially as a woman." She said, "Catherine, take it personally. It's your business. You built it from the ground up. You know, it is personal, like, every aspect is personal. You're not a CEO in a, $20 million company who doesn't touch every aspect. You're still involved in everything, so take it
yeah.
personally, and I've always just followed that, and I think it's been a good thing. I think it's helped us stick by our values and stick by the art that we wanna create. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's like another way of saying just stay invested. You can't just
Yeah.
tell the haters to go away. It's like it's
Yeah.
constant feedback. It's a constant feedback loop. And as you get better and trust yourself more, you'll meet the client who has like the opposite opinion in every way. There's always a new
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah. It is nice in the day of social media where at least the way that we do it, we're constantly posting, so like, one of my rules is that I at least need to post once a day on the actual Black Valley creative feed, but then we also post, like, a little bit less polished things in the stories, so that's really our portfolio, so, like, everyone can see the work we do right there.
Mhm.
It's not like we print out, a catalog and it's only the best of the best, like, you see everything we do, even there have been times when I'll do a reel and the lighting isn't great, um, but I wanna show that, like, we still capture something authentically in the moment, but
Mm.
maybe it's not, uh, perfect, but there's still authenticity in it.
Yeah. Yeah, once a day is very aggressive. Are you and so um uh, I'd imagine that's easier as you grow and maintain a team.
Okay, so it's funny because I will say that it's hard for me to let control go of the actual, um, our social media.
Okay.
And I have in the past, but I also don't really right now have anyone who's interested in posting, with me. Um, but it is hard to, like, totally let control go of that. Um, so it is me posting every single day
Wow.
on the feed. Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of project to do?
I think the feature reels that we get to do, like, recently a coffee shop reached out and they said, "Hey, we really wanna feature our second location." And so we went out and we just filmed content and then did a feature reel for them just to get them shown more to our audience, but then there's such a community here where I feel like whenever we post, a lot of other businesses will repost it or share it. So it's kind of an exponential growth. Um, like if we feature someone, a lot of times it'll go out all over. Like it's not just, it doesn't go far just because we posted it. It's kind of like everyone wants to support everyone else, which is nice.
Yeah. No, it's an incredible community out there. I've only been out there like twice, but through Anthony, I feel
Yeah,
like I've met so many companies and business owners and
yeah,
oh,
it's fun. But the algorithm is constantly changing on
yeah.
social, which of course, everyone's always talking about that. Um, I feel like in the book at the end of last year, I would have said every single business should focus on reels, and get those posted at least twice a week. But I do think photo carousels are doing better now, especially if they have writing on them and the writing kind of grabs you. But I still love reels. I still have a strong affection for them because it is fun to see movement. It's hard because 'cause we're in such a day and age where everyone's doom scrolling and they don't even watch past 3 seconds. Um, so I'll say I think, like, my most important piece of advice is to make sure you have some kinda hook or, like, your first photo, your first clip, like, the first thing that a viewer interacts with, make sure that's grabbing them enough to hold them on. Also, of course, you say something out loud and then get served that
Yeah.
constantly.
I love your work. I'm, like, surprised you don't use lighting because it's so,
Oh,
like,
thank you.
vibrant and dynamic, and there's, like, a whole range of things.
Thank you, thank you. I say we don't use lighting and we don't use lighting, but that doesn't mean we don't play with it quite a bit. Honestly, just chasing it, chasing the light.
Mhm. Yay, we did it!
Yay! I don't love talking about myself, so I think that went well.
Thank you so much for sitting down with
Of
me. It's
course.
been really fun. I feel like I'm doing my own, like, Noah Shenandoah. I'm, like, going through the valley, talking
You
to, like,
are.
different
You
people.
are.
I
It's really nice that it's just a conversation and it's not super curated because I think everyone's tired of everything being super curated.
Yeah, we just wanna hear people who, like, are living it and doing it, explain
Yeah.
how they're living and doing it, you know? I know a lot of
Yeah.
friends who wanna start a business, but they or just do something creative, but they
Yeah.
hold themselves back because, like, it's not the right time, or they're not ready, or, you know, they've gotta make sure
Yeah.
they feel confident first, and it's like, that's not how it works.
I did I did just say to a colleague, "Sometimes you're not mad enough yet to start your own business," because everyone I know has started their business because they couldn't handle, like, their old job or a 9 to 5 or not being respected with, like, maternity or paternity leave, just, like, all of these things.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, "You just need to be mad enough to be happy."
Oh my god, wait, I love that. You're like,
Yeah.
you have to be like, "Screw this, I'm gonna do it I'll do it
Yeah.
myself." That actually makes so much sense because it is a leap. It's
Yeah.
very difficult to leave the setup of, like, a 401k and, yeah, vacation days or whatever, but when it's not working for you anymore and you kinda have to make a sale
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get yourself out there and, like, walk into the business and, like, confidently say, "I can do this."
Yeah. It's also really easy to get caught in fear, um, but if you're mad, you kind of don't think about being scared, you're just like, "I'm gonna do this."
I love this. This Black Valley thing's really living up to
Oh,
its
thanks.
reputation. I love it.
Thanks.
Where can people check out your work or follow you?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, it's at Black Valley Creative. We're on Facebook, it's Black Valley Creative, and then we have a website, which is www.blackvalleycreative.com.
So pretty easy.
Pretty easy. Luckily, no one has the name, which I think I'm gonna trademark tomorrow, actually.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Before this goes out, you know, you don't want people grabbing it before the
Yeah,
masses hear that it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
copyrighted. All right.
That
I'll
really creative name.
This is the deadline. You have like 3 weeks, 4 weeks before I post this. That's your deadline.
Like,
And thank you for listening to The Strick. If you have any thoughts, we'd love to hear them. Comment here, on Instagram, or LinkedIn. This is a podcast from Istrico Productions. We'll see you all in 2 weeks.